Hello, this is your destiny reading, and it is an ancient Egyptian reading where your birthday lets us know what destiny card that you have based on the day you were born, where the planets were, and everybody's born in a Mercury planet, period. So that's how it gives you that destiny card. And then we'll take you through, you'll get three more cards, which is a yearly card, a 52-day card, and a daily card. And I'll explain all of that as it goes and how it happens and it affects your life. So your birth card is a 10 of hearts. And so the description of the 10 of hearts person is success with groups. When I first looked at your card, I was like, yeah, that's why she's so loving and kind and things like that. I thought about that. Like the ace of heart, you have much ambition in your life and could stray off the path of truth as a result. Okay? However, you have already experienced the truth and you have this knowledge as a birthright to guide you each step of the way. You are creative and usually very artistic. You are a leader, not a follower. You love children and groups of people who engage with you may regard you. You love to be around children. You are most people that are a 10 of heart is either in a field where they can perform in front of others or surrounded by many family and social concerns. And the social concerns, like that's why because I'm feeling so much as your paramedic side. In either case, you are surrounded by 10 hearts signified by your birth card. And so it's going to be 10 important people, that hold a very important place in your heart. The 10 of hearts having two aces as their life path and being part of ace themselves, which is a 1 and a 0, you have a strong need to explore yourself to determine what is most important to you personally in your life. Because many of you, which are 10 of hearts, are so self-engrossed in this process, some people may see you as selfish or self-centered. However, only those who make acquisition of money and things their primary goal manifest this selfishness to the exclusion of others' needs. And you don't do that. For the most part, 10 of hearts value their relationships higher than most other things on their list and are considerate and kind. Honesty is an important issue with this card, whether it is just to be more honest to themselves or to develop a philosophy that overrides all the ups and downs that tempt you to be less than forthright in your communication with others. Until you make this commitment to your personal truth, you can be a complex mirror of stories upon stories. In this case, much energy is expended to maintain the illusions that you create. This energy could be better spent in productive forms of self-expression and leadership. You are innovators and you can make a great contribution to your chosen field of study as long as you exercise clarity in your judgment. Your motives can either be humanitarian or selfish. This usually has a lot to do with your ultimate destination. You are independent and often impulsive, but this is usually kept in balance by your wisdom. You can make a unique mark on the world through your application of your inherent gifts. You are usually gentle and wise, or at least the wisdom will be there. Your wisdom is your protection and your guiding light. Now, concerning your concerns with relationships, the 10 of heart have power and love and are attracted to those of power. You are also not afraid to work for the love that you want in your personal relationships. You are charming and well liked. You make the first move to start a relationship and you are willing to work for it. You can be just the winning formula for success in love or marriage. The Ten of Heart people have basically good karma in love, but there can be some indecisiveness that may lead to problems. Relationships with diamond women are often karmic and difficult. That's me. As those women remind you of some of this indecision and fickleness. Now, yeah. The Ten of Hearts are very smart people, and when you apply your mental power and creative energy to the area of love, it can get you into trouble when you try too hard or to make things turn out the way you plan. Love cannot be planned and manipulated in some way. The in some way that we plan out our daily schedule. Often there is a need to learn to feel things and matters of love instead of thinking them out. Now, the personality that you connect with. So, the Ten of Heart women is a great challenge for most diamond males as well. Spade males benefit from your associations with the Ten of Heart people of both sexes. Now, so basically it's telling you, wow, it says, try this out for a model. Just say no to Queen of Diamond women. Well, that I'm a Queen of Diamond. So if you were a male, it would just tell you, definitely do not date me. Wow. Okay. So, well, luckily we're not trying to date. So anyway, that is how your personality is, and I will let you know how this definitely plays out if you have any questions, because I feel like you had a couple questions with that, or that you had a couple things that you wanted to say about that. The Ten of Diamonds is your yearly card. Now, what a yearly card is not from like when 2023 started. You will have this card up until December 21st of 2023. Okay, and then once your birthday comes, you'll get a new card. Okay, so that's what the yearly card means. It doesn't mean, just the entire year. It's your birthday year. Okay, so the Ten of Diamonds as a yearly card, this is the year you will be thinking about money a great deal. So think about, you can go all the way back to your birthday last year before we even started this actual 2023. This is likely to be a large sum of money. However, this card doesn't guarantee that you will actually earn or get a large sum of money. You may be involved in some sort of affair where there's a large sum to deal with, but it may not necessarily be yours. This could be related to an estate, your work, a divorce, or any number of other reasons. In some cases, this card does indicate much money being made. This is not certain, but it is certain that you will be thinking about money a lot. Okay, and so the key words is a year of dealing with large sums of money, or the concept of large sums of money. Possible huge financial success. So I feel like the way you can draw that to you is by doing some meditations. You probably should sleep under a few meditations for abundance, and it's other things that you can get up in the morning and do. You can just be thankful for anything that you have and just ask for it to multiply, and that money can come directly to you. And you just got to believe that you are a money magnet, right? And that those things are going to come directly to you. And it's not too late, because which is so awesome, this is only April, so you have the rest of this year to draw that money and get that big lump sum. So this is your Mars period, right? And you it's a 52-day period where April 4th to May 26th, and the card is a 7 of spade. And what that means is every 52 days your spirit travels to a different part of the universe. And so this period can bring illness caused by overdoing it in work or passion, or trouble from some male. This can also represent difficulties in a legal matter. Indulging in negativity at this time will only make matters worse. This period may be marked by much arguing, conflict, and disappointment. This card represents a challenge, one which can best be met by a careful self-examination of negative attitudes and emotional habits. Look, okay. Look to your other Mars card to find out what or who is involved in the challenges that may arise during this period. Also, keep in mind that a positive card, such as a 4, 8, or 10, would tell you that regardless of the challenges present, you are likely to have a happy and productive outcome to the situations that present themselves during this 52-day period. Now, this is so funny that I that you got this card, and it's not funny. I'm just using that word how we use it. I had started feeling like some. I felt like maybe overwhelmed. I felt some type of anxiety before I started with this card. I just sat down, so I was like, "Am I feeling?" I didn't know who I was feeling, and I knew it wasn't coming from me, but I knew I was feeling something, and I was like, "It's like a heavy anxiety, kind of like in my throat area," and. And then I was like, wow, I don't know. I started thinking about me leaving my job last year. And I was like, well, I wonder what today is. And I was like, well, I left my job last year, April 4th. Wow. So guess what? I looked up your card. This period started for you April 4th, right? And May 26th, the day it ends, that's when I married a really abusive male. Wow, right? And so all of this is playing a part in everything that I was just feeling. Also, when I first started putting this together, I was going to the next slide and I was like, wait a minute, she got 1010. And I was like, she going to see that when I text her the address, because the address to my office is 1010 165th Street. So I was thinking about all of this before I even started reading your card, okay? And I feel like when I said that, when I read this, I feel like you was like, dang, that's why that happened. So you're gonna get some information. I know you're gonna be telling me it's so funny that you said this because of these reasons, right? And so I know it's gonna play out. Now this powerful meaning of the 7 of spades will challenge you to rise to higher levels of thinking, speaking, and acting. Its challenges will manifest mainly in the areas of work and health, areas where you are likely to be holding some negative patterns that need to be changed. If you are willing to take responsibility for your condition and practice positivity in spite of circumstances, you can realize the powerful spiritual potential of this card and attain new heights. In its highest form, this is the card of faith. Wow. And so I'm going to get this other card for you real quick so we can find out what's going on. And we're hoping that it's a 4, 8, or a 10. If it's not, we're just going to figure out what you need to do. You have all the way to May 26th for this to play out. So it's going to be okay. I do believe that it's going to my insight, what I feel. I do believe that it's going to be a 4, 8, or a 10 because I do feel a positive force pulling through. So, if you keep that in mind and like, because it's said if you keep a positive mindset. So I know that that's the type of person that you like to be. So the 10 of clubs in Mars, period. That's another, card that it represents in your 52-day period. This influence brings success. And yay, it's a 10, right? This influence brings success in most areas of life, especially related to education, speaking, writing, or teaching, and in relation to men. Success comes through applying your understanding of human nature and common sense. This influence could indicate success in a legal matter or lawsuit or any matter that you are aggressively pursuing or that deals with groups of men such as fraternities or associations. You will be recognized now. Wow. The 10 of clubs usually brings measurable success in one of the mind-related fields or endeavors. This could be publishing or teaching or other areas where large groups are benefiting from your talents and mental brilliance. Recognition for your talents and efforts are common when this card is present. Essentially, the 10 of clubs is the card of the teacher. It means spreading knowledge or information to large groups of people. This is a great card for those in the publishing, radio, or television businesses where much information is being distributed to large numbers. Awesome. Or maybe even, this was out before digital creation. If you got over 1,000 people on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, things like that, then, just talk out to the masses, speak to the masses. You also get a daily card, and today is your Uranus day. Unexpected events may rock your expectations, but also bring in really good and positive things. So your daily card is a 3 of spades, and basically the 3 of spades is one of the most creative cards in the deck. It is known as the artist card. It is so creative that if not channeled properly, it can represent indecision, fear, and physical stress. That's what I was just feeling. The 3 of spades can mean literally splitting ourselves in two so that we are working 2 jobs at the same time or are somehow pursuing 2 lifestyles at the same time. Whether we are successful at doing this will depend upon the position of this card. Jupiter is best. Saturn is worst. And how well we are able to direct its energies into creative enterprises. Now, this is just a daily card for you, and yeah, it said it was in your Uranus period, so it didn't come up in any of that, so that's pretty good. All right, so let's see what we have here. Don't forget that I am Mother Mecca 115 LLC, and this is how I actually started out on my journey with doing readings, because I was in this Melanated Mystic group on Facebook, and somebody posted that card. So they didn't post a box, they just posted that card. And I was like, wow, that looks just like me. So I contacted the author. No, I contacted the illustrator, and she said that she doesn't draw people. She has a book of eyes, a book of noses, a book of eyebrows, a book of hair, a book of leg, one arm. And through the references and tarot cards, she put the people together. And I was like, oh my God, that looks just like me. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. So I covered up the hoodoo part, and I covered up the bones, and I sent it to my daughter first. And I said, this lady drew me. Did she do well? She said, yeah. But why do you have your mouth covered up? And so then my children, I sent it to my sons, to the husband I had at the time, to my mom. Everybody kept saying, yeah, but only thing they kept saying is, why do you have your mouth covered up? And so that led me to believe that this is exactly where I was supposed to be when I told the illustrator that she actually sent me this deck in the mail. So this is another deck that I use sometimes to do readings. I like to, when I start out with clients to do readings, I like to do the destiny read first so I can get to know you. And I really feel like this was important for you to get the reading because of that 52-day period that you're in, because you need to know what's going on and why you may have some things come up, because you got all the way to May 26th. So even if you have not, you started it on April 4th, but even though none of those things have come up yet, there's just something that you can probably be aware of. And you want to bring in that positive attitude, remember what I was talking about. So we're just going to be doing things in the morning for you to definitely bring in that positive energy so it won't play out in a negative way. All right, and thank you again for entrusting me to give you a reading. And you probably need to want to go back and listen, write down any questions that you have, so during your ion and foot detox we can have the discussion. Thank you, and have a great and beautiful day.